a lot of people want Jake Paul to just go in there and fight Alexander Usyk, you know, but no, you got to work your way up.
So y'all know how Jake Paul's been making waves in the boxing world, right? Now this dude has fought some big names, sure, but he's also been pretty selective about who he steps into the ring with.
But he's not the best in the world.
Not right now.
And he has 5 losses.
Only person I can honestly say besides the partying was Floyd Mayweather, because he didn't drink or smoke.
Yep.
He'll party, but he'll go run 6 miles after he'll party at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but party sober as well. I never understood that.
Mike Tyson, right on the butt. The jab, and he slips to the side. Well, actually, we got a little different shot. That was
no intimidation factor here whatsoever. Tyson able to duck a number of others.
Kind of smart. He's trying to smother Mike by actually getting too close.
Now this has caught the attention of Crawford and Benavidez, who are starting to give Jake Paul a little bit of a hard time. All right, so Mike Tyson, the man, the myth, the legend, is somebody that nobody really expected Jake to face. I mean, come on, man, Tyson's a beast even at his age. But there's also been talk about a potential fight, with fans buzzing about what it would look like to see the YouTube star go toe-to-toe with Iron Mike.
Is Jake Paul boxing?
Yes.
I think that answer will shock a lot of people.
Well, did you ask him in the right way?
No.
Not like is he actively boxing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, did you just answer an objective question?
He's boxing. You know, at first I was against it, and I was just like, man, this dude, because I've been following y'all with the backyard, you know, boxing gloves and stuff like that. So when people was coming at you and your brother negative about boxing, I'm like, man, yeah, them dudes just, you know, using their YouTube status to come in boxing and make all this money, and you got all these boxers that's been doing it their whole life that doesn't even make close to what they making. I said, I think it's disrespectful to us.
But we all know there's a major kick to the teeth on this one, and that's that Jake Paul seems to be backing out of the dang fight. Now that's where Crawford and Benavidez come in. Now during their live chat, they couldn't resist poking fun at Jake Paul for dodging Tyson outside the ring.
And I'm like, man, this dude can punch with that right hand. I'm like, man, he ain't just no regular.
Something changed.
Yeah, like when you see it firsthand, like he ain't fighting no killer, but for him, it's stepping stones just like any other fighter.
Yep.
Now it's like these was just 2 boxing buddies hanging out, laughing at how Jake might have bitten off way more than he could chew this time.
When I seen him fight live, I gained way more respect for him than I already had.
He has a fight tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna be flying there after this. We have a send-off for you, right?
Yeah.
Little hometown send-off. That should be fun. And then we're flying to Tampa to see my brother fight Mike Perry. And people are saying that some people are like, this guy's a beast. He's an animal. He's Jake's toughest opponent yet. I'll be shocked if it goes past 3 rounds. I think
even if he's not a beast, he is his toughest opponent yet, right?
He's tough. But
not even tough. He's his toughest opponent. Who was?
I have to imagine Anderson Silva was probably. He's good, man.
Now they're on this video call, right? Casually talking about the state of boxing when the conversation shifts to Jake Paul. Now Crawford, with a smirk on his face, throws out, man, Jake's smart to duck Tyson. That's a whole different level of crazy. Now you gotta admit, it is kind of funny though. Jake Paul's built like this whole image of being fearless and big and bulky and nasty, and I'ma fight the whole world, and I'ma take on whoever's in my path. Unless it's Mike Tyson, and then I don't want to, guys. He scares me.
I know it's gonna be tough. I know I'm gonna have to fight through adversity. I know I might even go to the canvas. I'm scared, don't get me wrong.
Now, Tyson might be past his prime, but the power and ferocity that he brought to the ring back in the day, and that's not something you forget. That's built into your bones. All right? And I definitely wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that. That'd be like Hulk trying to punch the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. But here's the thing, man. The real fun came when these two started imagining what a fight between Jake and Tyson would actually look like.
He needs to cut him off.
And I think there's a cut on the head of Jake Paul now.
Yeah, both fighters are cut.
And now Perry's trying to bully Paul.
Mike Perry has come all the way back now.
That's the setup there for the overhand.
Yeah, that's a setup. He's testing him out,
Jab
finding
high,
that
jab
range to
low,
the body.
overhand.
Power punches through round 3.
He have a sledgehammer, man. You know, when I go down there and feel it, he very hit hard. It's the hardest I ever been hit.
It is the hardest you're ever.
The hardest of my whole career, man.
So Mike Tyson continues to be a very busy man, but it's getting harder and harder now to find anybody who wants anything to do with him. I mean, no fighter wants to get run over by a truck.
But there is actually a real point to be made here about Jake Paul's journey in boxing. I mean, sure, he's taken on some big fights, and y'all can't deny that he's brought a lot of attention to the sport. But I want y'all to think about this. That's like having a big STD and drawing attention to it. Doesn't mean it's necessarily a good thing. All right, but look, there's a difference between making smart business decisions and flat out ducking a challenge. And in the world of boxing, where reputation is built on guts and glory, ducking a fight, especially one as potentially epic as Jake versus Tyson, raises some eyebrows, especially since this is the dude that was calling Tyson out in the first place. That's like saying, hey, OG, I want to fight, but can I get all my pads and stuff, and then you stand over there in the corner and just let me punch you? Oh, you don't want to do that? Never mind. Okay, bye. I mean, come on, man. Okay, I trash talk the dude, and it's because he deserves it for chickening out. But he's also not dumb. Like, he's built his brand on being strategic, knowing when to push forward and when to step back, especially when he's fighting old people. Now, facing Tyson, even an older Tyson, is a huge risk for this dude. I mean, let's be real. Kind of hard to be a YouTuber and an influencer when you had all your teeth knocked down your throat and you said one wrong move and bam, Jake's entire boxing career could be shattered in a single punch. But the thing is, boxing fans, real boxing fans, live for the, see, they respect the fighters who step into the ring knowing they might not come out the same, but doing it anyway for the love of the sport. I mean, come on, look at Evander Holyfield versus Mike Tyson, right? Evander, the man, basically walked out of that fight Leonardo da Vinci, but it was still worth the risk.
But it's
How old is
he? 33, I think. Okay. But it's what he said. It's like Jake has to be strategic about his path in boxing, sure. And he is. He's doing two things that are really impressive, I think. I'm biased, but he's making a fantastic living. He's making money by selling fights and convincing people to watch him and tune in. And he's fighting people that every time there is a percentage of people that think he's gonna lose. Yeah. And that's what you need. Like I don't think there's been one fight where everyone's like, Jake Paul is guaranteed to win, you know? And then hopefully, at least his goal is to be the best in the world, to be a champion like you one day. And man, you mentioned it, he puts in the work. It is all he does.
Actually.
Actually. Yeah. And something changed. You mentioned something changed. We're like.
And that's why these two little rogue sessions resonate so much with boxing fans. Now, they're just two guys who have faced their own battles, who've taken on challenges that could have ended their careers.
He's really a boxer. And I think tonight, against Mike Perry, we'll see how this ages. I think people are going to see a side of Jake Paul they didn't know existed. Yeah. Because in his last fight, the one you were at, I don't know what happened there. You didn't really get to see much. You know, you saw him swinging, but the guy kind of like ducked and kind of fell.
You felt that power.
Yeah. Well, I think because Mike Perry is tough. You know, Milton, my coach always says like, we love fighting tough guys. Because you ain't gonna let you hit them, and then they're gonna get damaged, like repeatedly, a lot. And I think it's gonna be a devastating knockout. Yeah. If I could bet, I'd bet on better.
You gotta admit, man, they have earned their stripes in the ring. And watching someone like Jake Paul, who's still relatively new to the sport, who hasn't come up the right way in boxing, shine away from a fight with Tyson that he instigated, is just way too easy to make fun of.
Is this fight happening or not?
It's happening. We're all here.
How prepared are you to knock Jake Paul out?
I'm very prepared. I'm very prepared. I had a small adversity. I got sick, but I'm better. I feel good.
Jake, bro, you got money. You have fame. You've knocked out folks already. What would possess you to fight the most vicious man in the world?
Making history. This is what it's all about for me, man. I'm a kid from Ohio. Hey, New York, shut the f up, New York. Hey, boo yourselves. Boo yourselves, New York. Hey, New York, New York, New York, you're just like Mike Tyson. You were good 20 years ago. F you, New York. F you. Dumbass Democratic City.
But let's not forget the business side of things, right? This dude has built his empire by being smart and picking on old people. This dude knows which fight is gonna boost his profile and which one could actually end his entire run.
Mike, you were used to being the most hated guy walking into a ring. What's it like fighting someone that's hated even more than you are?
I don't know. Say that again. That's interesting.
I said what? So this guy, right, he comes out, he gets all the boos. You used to be the bad guy of boxing. Now you're fighting the bad guy of boxing. How important is it to you to prove that you should still be in the ring?
Hey, listen, I'm just ready. I'm just ready. You know, I'm gonna do my talk and I'm gonna talk my shit, but I'm ready to fight.
Now, if he loses, and let's face it, man, the odds are not exactly in this kid's favor, then he risks losing the credibility that he's worked so hard to build by fighting people from different sports and those that belong in a nursing home. Now, in the world of boxing, where your brand is everything, that's a risk that this dude's not willing to take at this point.
Think about this, Jake. You're coming off of knocking out Mike Perry, right? He was the bare knuckle champion. He was a guy who showed you respect, but I don't think people really understand what it took to knock him out. What does fighting Mike Tyson and winning do for you at this stage?
They'll never give me credit. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. If I was walking on water, they would say it's because I couldn't swim. And this is to make history. You know, people think I'm gonna get knocked out by this strong, powerful guy. All the people in my comments saying, look at his power, he's gonna get KO'd. People yelling at me in the event. But what happens when I put this man to sleep? This shit is not a joke. He's saying that it's gonna be my funeral. He's saying it's gonna be my wake. He's gonna kill Jake Paul, all of these things. And that's why I love Mike, I respect him, but we're not friends anymore. Until November 15th, I'm knocking this motherfucker out, and we're gonna see who's dead. We will see who's dead. We will see who's dead, Mike. We will. We will.
Hey,
certainly seen the power on display.
Who did he knock out? Who did he knock out? Little children. He didn't never knocked out a real man. Come on.
He's questioning your power, Jake. He's saying you haven't knocked out a legitimate fighter of his ilk.
He didn't knock out Tommy Fury.
Your response to that, Jake?
Hey, look, he's right. I can't stand here and say I did those things, but what I promise to the people is on July 20th, Mike will be put to sleep and he will feel my power, and I will go down as the man who put Tyson to sleep for the last time.
Who knows, man? Maybe he's thinking long term. Maybe he's planning his career with a kind of foresight that's gotten him this far. Or maybe, just maybe, he's realized that there's some fights better left in the realm of what if. Maybe, just maybe, he's realizing that he's got to start taking things ultra seriously if he wants people to look at him as anything other than a YouTuber turned boxer. Now, this whole situation really highlights a bigger conversation happening in boxing right now. One that's about legacy, about who's really in it for the sport and who's in it for the fame. So anyway, I've been yapping long enough. What's your opinion on this whole thing? Make sure you let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.